On this video I'll be installing an HID kit onto the 1125R. Right now it has the stock lights in it. Here's the HID kit, and with projectors, which I'm hoping will fit inside the bike. Okay, take the fairing off, take off the mirrors. There's one bolt here. The mirrors, and one bolt here. It should come right off. Continuing to take off the light assembly, we've got 4 socket head cap screws here and 2 more down here. One there, and one right here. Okay, now the 6 screws are out. Seems to be just one simple cannon plug to remove. To my surprise, I realized we have these H8s. I thought I had H7s, so live and learn. And to remove these, it's just a simple twist. It should come right out. Also, these marker lights, I just grabbed a pair of pliers right on the end here. Grabbed a pair of pliers right on the end and just kind of wiggled it out, and it's just a pressure fit with the rubber bushing. And there's 2 screws on the light housing with these brackets here. One here and then one over here. Now I'll be removing this screw. It just separates the two. This doesn't look stock, so it may look different on your bike. Now the 2 pieces are separated. After it gets heated up, it seems to just fall right apart. The glue gets soft enough. This glue gets soft enough, this white stuff here, that it just lets go. Seems pretty simple. Just be careful on taking it off and not busting these tabs right here by just prying with a large screwdriver right on the edge here. Just turning it and turning it and turning it. And when you get to one of these tabs, then you just flip the tab up just a little bit and it'll separate out. As this gets warmer, it actually wants to expand and push away from the lens. So that's the trick. Okay, so I had this issue with the projector sitting here, and then it's coming out too far and hitting this cover when I try to put this cover on. It's hitting too far down inside here. So to modify that, watch and learn. It's not easy to do. So I'm screwing it in first, which is giving me more area in the back here. Then drawing it in on itself. That one just pops right off. That was the easiest one. So what I need to do is take this one and this one down and that one down, which all of them seem to be quite easy except for this one, which is right here. Basically I'm gonna have to trim this all out and put a pair of pliers on here and turn it down as far as I can, this till there's no thread showing here. So I'll show you in just a second. I knot away at this plastic here to expose the end of the screw. Then I take a big pair of China locks and start twisting it down. With a pair of channel locks and a fair amount of force, I'm able to turn this down. You see it came out on the other side. You got to get kind of rough with it, but that's how it works. Remove the 3 screws. Remove the nut. And you'll see here that it won't fit well into the hole. It won't fit into the hole. So I used a round file. Used a round file to file it out just a little bit. You see that I'm able to make the hole just by filing this out with a round file. And it hits a little bit right here, so we're going to trim this out just a little bit here. Now it fits nice and flush. The D is for down and inboard, so that you know which direction these are supposed to be mounted. What comes in the kit, the projector kit, are these rubber grommets and these 2 metal things. Put the rubber grommet on first, the small one, because using the large one we don't have enough space, enough area in the front of the lens to have it fit correctly. So placing that in there. And the metal one, and they're keyed. So place the key where it's needed, and the nut. So I have 2 washers on there, and then the nut. I tighten it down, wiggle it a little bit, tighten it down again, wiggle it a little bit. I'm wiggling the projector a little bit, turn it a little bit, wiggle a little bit, tightening it down. Then I just give it one little snug tight, snug turn with the channel locks, just like a quarter turn, just to make sure I got it good and tight. With this wire, I'm going to be trimming it off, and with the stove oven, I'll heat this up and just poke a hole through here to fit these through. A small hole, maybe even a smaller screwdriver. So the wires are fed through. Actually, I had to take the projector off to get the wires back through there. Just use the small screwdriver and the oven and pressed it through. So now the next part is to click this all together. Here, I'm going to be putting these right here and clicking them into this that we've already lowered all the screws, taken the screws out completely. So we'll be able to click them right on the heads. So there they are, all clicked in. I forgot to mention to take the wires and feed them through. Take the wires and feed them through here. Your projector shade wires. Okay, I put RTV here. I cut out the hole here, and then I'm gonna put RTV here and install this onto there. I trimmed the cover, the shade, to fit here so that when the lens cover goes over it, it'll fit correctly. Also, I was constantly trying to adjust the screws to get it to fit correctly in here. And then I ended up just stuffing a piece of cardboard in there to push this up so that it would fit cleanly on here. I soldered in the little solenoid for the high beam into the wire and then fed it through here. I'm installing the dielectric grease at any contact that I encounter. Now I'm hot glue gunning anything that has the potential of vibration, rubbing, and whatnot, or falling out. Little wire here. Just like that. So I cleaned out all of the dust, all of the dirt, and I went ahead and just clipped the lens in because I'm planning on taking this lens off again. I want to test drive it for a while and make sure that it works properly. This is my stock. This was going into here, but now it's going from my main wiring harness to the ballast. I went ahead and used the capacitor just as a extra load bearing to the ballast, and then from the ballast to the light. There were concerns that maybe the load was too heavy, but I have a 15 amp on my bike, and that's the stock, and each one of these takes 10 amps to start, which both starting at the same time is 20 amps, but I checked the amperage. It was almost instant, so I don't think it's going to get too hot. It'll instantly go to 10 amps and then just for 1 second, and then go down after that very quickly down to about 3 amps. So this is the wiring harness mounted on the motorcycle. I tucked the ballast right here and here so that when the plastic cover goes over it,
this will get wedged in there. These will be wedged in there. And then I zip tied all the wiring tightly to ensure that nothing's going to be wiggling and wiggle loose. I put a small washer between, right there, between the lighting housing and the bracket, and that's in 6 places, and it was to accommodate the extra length. The extra length of the bulb was hitting right here. So by just putting that one washer there, it moved everything out about a 1/4 inch. So hopefully the whole plastic cowling will go over it nicely. So my thoughts on this is that seems to be a much more difficult installation than what seems to be having to go in and cut away at things that you're never going to be able to change it back to stock again. I had to shim a few things, work a few things, massage quite a few things. Hopefully I showed all those in the on the video. And so it seems to be somewhat, it's not a plug and play, but with enough massaging and this video, hopefully it would give you an opportunity to do it the same. Okay, thank you very much.